How do you lower your Facebook ad CPMs? If that's the question you have, I'm not only going to answer your question in this video, but I'm also going to answer the question that you should have asked. Because focusing on CPMs is not really important. You trying to get that low is not even a good idea in a lot of cases. So you're going to understand what the CPM number truly means, why it's good when it's low, and why it's even good sometimes while it's high. I'm also going to be showing you all the ways that you actually can lower your CPM in a way that is just purely profitable to you, and also talk about what is a better question and direct you to some other videos of mine that can really help you scale your Facebook ads. If that sounds good to you, make sure you like the video. All these free resources, I got free courses on Facebook ads, I got a complimentary call, all in the description below. Make sure you check all of that out. So let's get started here. The first thing to understand about CPMs, all right, cost to show your ad 1,000 times, all right, is what impressions is. When it's low, it's because Facebook is giving you a discount because they like your ad, right? You are not breaking the scroll trends. People look at your content, they like it, they watch it, and they continue using the app. So it's not too salesy. It's not like this mega promo in their face that is kind of like a turnoff. Because if you are getting people to kind of like leave the app because you just like made Instagram boring, is essentially why your CPMs would be high. So that's how you can lower them. Now, the reason why it's actually good sometimes that it's high is ultimately it's an auction system. So your CPM is also largely influenced by how many other people are trying to advertise to those same people. Because a lot of people are trying to advertise to them, it means that they are a good client. And because they're a good client, it means that it's worth it to pay the high CPM price. Now, just as an average, I would say $20 is like an industry-wide standard CPM. If I'm running local ads, especially for like home renovation leads, you're gonna get more like 30 to 50 CPM. The highest CPMs that I've ever seen have been like over $80, and I just don't think that people really liked that product. Like, for whatever reason, Instagram did not like that video. That was also, running in Australia. So running in different countries is certainly going to give you different CPMs. And that's also why you don't really want to focus on CPMs. You want to go to the countries that are producing the most net profit, the highest ROAS, not the lowest CPMs. Otherwise, we'd all just run ads, mostly in India is where you can get a really good deal on CPM. So if you are trying to make a strategy that is more around vanity metrics, you want a lot of views, you want a lot of followers, running ads in India is the way to get yourself those kind of numbers at a really good cost. But that's probably not what you're trying to do. You're probably trying to sell a product. So here's some actually healthy ways that you can lower CPM, because when you are trying to actually lower CPM is if the audience is consistent, right? You're like, look, I get that the CPMs are going to be high when they're getting in front of higher quality customers, but I am running in one ad set, right? You have one ad set going to that one audience, and now we're just trying to lower the CPMs between the ads. How to think about it is that it mostly comes down to average time spent on the post. Average time spent on the post is the main thing that CPM is influenced by, all right? And I'm gonna give you some tricks on how to do that as well. So for videos, you're gonna wanna have this column here for average watch time. So video average play time. Make sure you add that column, video average play time, and that's what you're going to be wanting to really focus on. I would say an average is about 3 seconds. So it tells you how quick people leave the post, and averages are always made up of small numbers and big numbers. Rarely are they numbers around 3 seconds. So don't think like, oh, they're only watching 3 seconds. It's more that the average of the instant skippers with the people who are watching however much they watch is coming out to 3 seconds. So we can influence that number in 2 ways. Stop people instantly skipping the post, and then also making sure people finish the post that are truly interested. So you're going to want to make sure with videos, especially, we're just going to talk about videos right now, then we'll talk about images. Videos, they need to have a hook at the beginning. This is content you've heard over and over. This is not a video on all the viral hooks that you can use. You're gonna have to find that elsewhere, but you should probably know what a good hook is nowadays. What I will add though is that it's not just about what you say. It does matter what your background is. This right here is maybe not the most, intriguing background for me to film at, but it's also better than a white wall. So even something like this, it's a beautiful blue color, right? It can get people to stop. Having a higher definition camera is a good scroll stopper, and it's just like an authority thing, right? So some people will continue listening to you because you have a lot of authority, right? So maybe you're even just dressed nice, or they can just tell this is someone who makes money, or this is someone who's really confident. Your energy, your aura is going to get people to stop the scroll more. Having unique clothing can get people to spend a little bit of extra time looking at, oh, he's got a necklace on. What does that necklace say? What does that shirt say? What does his hat say? Stuff like that. Filming the video outside with a beautiful background behind you is a great idea too, and something I need to utilize more living in Colorado. I'm like, I need to go out and film in the mountains more. I'm just bring my girlfriend with me to just film videos and just have a beautiful mountain backdrop in the back. It's just a lot easier to continue watching a video. So there's a lot more to the hook at the beginning of a video than just what you say. It's having all of the visuals in check too. So make sure you have great lighting. So important that you have great lighting. If your face is, dimly lit, you're going to lose people's attention right away no matter what you say. So that goes into it just as much as what you say. For images, here's some tricks to get people to spend a little bit more time on the post. It is mostly psychological, but I do feel like from my 8 years of running Facebook ads that the algorithm loves blue, and it loves green, and it loves sky and plants is why, all right? It loves nature. If you take a photo in nature, it's going to really like the look of that image, and that almost always gets you a slightly lower CPM, or it just really favors that ad over if you take a product photo on a white background. That ad's not going to do very well. Taking the photo in nature is a great idea. Even for filming videos, doing that outside, the sun is one of the best lights, if not the best light. It's the only natural light that doesn't get these freaking ring lights to make little lights in your eyes. So it is the best light that you can do. So filming outside is a great idea. It's also a great idea to have depth to your shot. So you want to have a very clear subject, foreground, and background. That is more of a scroll stopper. It still does come down to average time spent on post is going to be the main reason why an ad even gets budget. Beyond CPM, some ads just don't even get budget. You know what I'm talking about? Where you're like, why is it not showing this one ad? It's because there's too many instant skips. So the main thing that you're trying to cover up with your average video watch time, your average time spent on an image post, is getting rid of the instant skippers. So this can also be done by having a very clear headline in your ads. If people don't know what you're selling or what problem you're solving or who you're selling to, immediately from seeing your ad, this will also make people leave the ad, and even worse, it will make some of your ideal clients leave your ad because they don't even know that they are an ideal client for your image because it took them a few seconds to comprehend that, oh, this would solve that neck pain that I have. So you should always do one of those three things. Let people know what problem you're solving, just straight up tell them what you're selling, or tell them which audience you are selling to. Hey, Denver, we got tickets to the concert this weekend, right? Call out your audience so that they stop. This also comes down to your captions. The first sentence of your caption should be super dialed in with those three criteria that I told you before, because we need to just wave them down. We need to wave down our target audience. Now, at the beginning, this will make your non-target audience leave the ad and instant skip it. However, I don't want you to be scared about those instant skips because it will tell the algorithm to stop showing to that type of person. So it's actually a good thing. But in the end, you'll just have only your target audience seeing the ad at all, and then they will be stopping because they are clearly called out. So that is like the main way that you stop people. You just actually stop them by calling out to them directly. So if you are doing infographics with just text, here are some tricks that you can do to create a more scroll stopping ad. So let's say you have a blue background. You simply just adding like the lift effect even to it. You're just trying to create layers. And there's a few different ways that you can do this. You can create the shadow, which brings the text above the ad, right? So it's a layer above the background of the ad. Or my favorite way to do it, if you are doing like products in here, let me just add a product. It's probably gonna give me like a pill bottle or something. Let's see, we're just gonna put this box in here. If you are doing a product-based ad, I love this trick. Do a gradient instead of a solid color, and then take this color and make the second one the same one, but then just a little bit darker. And this kind of makes it look like it's a backdrop for an actual photo shoot, as long as you then add a shadow to the background of this product. So let me do like something like that. You can also use the Canva AI tool, but right there, this is much more scroll stopping than this basically, right? If it's like, it's flat, it's all just a 2D ad, and then now it's a 3D ad. So you want 3D ads in order to stop the scroll, and then Facebook will give you a little bit better of a discount because you are able to have people stop on your ad more. Now, if you can get more likes, comments, shares, and saves, that will also massively help, especially the shares. There's not really a way that you can encourage people to do this apart from having an amazing product. So that will always be your best bet for actually getting better CPMs and just having a lot of people interested in it. The lowest CPM that I've ever been able to achieve, I'll show you guys. It was for a marathon. We were running tickets for people to run a marathon, and the ROAS was incredible, 5.64, $7,600 in sales. And the CPM was $5, which is absolute insanity for a purchase campaign. The purchase campaign is the highest CPM that you're going to run, but it's also the only campaign that you should run for getting sales, right? Don't try to run a traffic campaign. You can get lower CPMs running a traffic campaign. It doesn't matter. That's what I was talking about before, where those are people who do not spend money online and no one's advertising to them, is why they are so cheap. So don't run a traffic or a awareness campaign just to get lower CPMs. That's also why it's not a great question. But in this case, I ran a sales campaign and the CPMs were so low, and it's because it was getting shared like crazy, because runners know other runners. So they shared it with all their friends. So there's a lot of niches where the client actually doesn't know a lot of other clients. Even like with entrepreneurs, people know other entrepreneurs, but we're not as well connected as you think, because a lot of us are just like behind our computer in totally different states. But runners, like, they know each other, right? They're in the run clubs. So when you're in these markets where the people know all of the other customers, like a lot of them, then the shareability gets really high, and shares is the strongest metric for helping a post go viral. It's also the strongest metric for helping your CPMs get lower. So you can't ask people to share a post though. You can't ask people to comment on a post. You can't run an ad that says share this with a friend and gain an extra entry to our giveaway or anything. Like, you can't ask for that. It might go under the radar sometimes, but it technically is a violation of the Facebook ad rules to ask for any sort of engagement in the caption or in the ad at all. So I would not do that. Just to get lower CPMs is not going to be worth it. So that is CPM in a nutshell, understanding it. What is more important to ask is, how can you achieve a higher ROAS? And if you are wanting to follow up on that question, I'm going to link a video here at the end. I also have a free course called the 5 ROAS Playbook. It's on socialbamboo.com. You can go there and download that course, and it will teach you all about achieving higher and higher ROASs, and really how to think about that and break down and know how to optimize your ads the right way. So check that out, and I'll see you in the next video.